On the 28th of March 2002, the mission in Sudan swings in action as columns of the No-Nonsense 501 Brigade commanded by Major Lake Kidega and those of the 409 Brigade led by Lieutenant Colonel Wycliffe Mwesigwa leave their former positions at Jabarin and head out into the minefield-dotted wilderness of southern Sudan to hit Kony's largest and most strategic camps situated at Bini Road and Lubanga Tek.
Kuna vitu mzuri.
Alikuwa kama na kuweje kutoa kwa background unaleta hivi vile. Kwa watoto yako naona nakuwa mzuri. Nasema hii makati baba yangu iko.
Oh,
Yeah, Aronda. Our viewers would like to know some background to this operation and what necessitated this expedition into our northern neighbor.
So we have here 409 Brigade, which occupied Ben Road, 501 Brigade, which occupied Lubangatik, and 503 Brigade in reserve here. The brigade commanders are Colonel Wycliffe Mwesigwa, 409 Brigade, Major Kidega, 501, and Lieutenant Colonel Semwezi, 503 Brigade. The support elements, you have already known them, but there is another support element who is not here. As I said, we are not ready. Is Tank Commander Major Augustine Chaze. We have also here tanks, is not here. Then plus there's critical support elements like communication, medical, whom I have been meeting, and some other support services like infantry fighting vehicles, numbers, and all that. But we are here a division with organic support weapons and then general support weapons of the general headquarters. We have about 5,000 people who have been in captive in the LRA camps, about 5,000 plus. We have near almost 1 million of people who have been living in refugee camps in Guru. Those camps, saying that you have known them before, they are there. So have been living in refugee camps.
Internal displaced
people, yes, camps, yes. So the president decided that this year, that hostage-like situation will have to end. So therefore, this operation was planned, and the deployment came in place, and we crossed the border to come here. So in other words, we had to come here and end this LRA terrorist group, and so that those captives can be freed, and the people, the internal displaced, can go back to rebuild to their lives in their own homes.
Rubanga Tech is more than 7 by 4 kilometers. That is 38 square kilometers in area. This is a huge area dotted with smaller encampments, so strategically planned it would have taken many an invading force days of fighting to capture it. The UPDF met little resistance. Kony's LRA rebels were no match to the UPDF's superior firepower and sheer fighting vim. Arms and ammunition worth billions of shillings were abandoned by fleeing rebels. The UPDF search and destroy expeditionary forces set on fire Kony's stores, provisions, houses, and shrines.
This is Kano Afarikano Mukano Muhesi, First Division Commander. Touring the area camp. So this is Rio Kony House at Rubanga Tech. Right. So this was the Kony shrine. Where is to hold his prayers here.
Other ritual acts. This is where we be blessed. This is where you used to keep some of his things. They say including gold. Here. There is a hole of here that used to keep gold and some of his ritual things.
And this is what we have recovered since we come to this, since we captured this camp. Kony and the group have crossed River Kist from the west of where we are. Beyond the river, they fish north and south, following the river, going toward southern part toward the border of Uganda. And we hope we shall continue with the morale we have. We shall continue to follow him, trace him, until we get him where we can get him. Thank you very much. So you're welcome.
I'm Major General Ahmed Shafi. I would like to congratulate our UPDF heroes. I start with First Division Commander Jeffrey Muhesi, around, and 501 Brigade Commander Kidega and his officers for the great achievements they have done. This camp, I think, is where I saw it from air. It's around 6 kilometers. The biggest camp, and they have been relying on it very much. I don't think LRA guys will ever stay to face UPDF after this operation. That's it. Where I see it, they will not stay anywhere to wait you guys. I know the other brigade had taken over Lala Camp and Benrot. Benrot was maybe second after this camp, and I have to congratulate again our Ugandan brothers for their achievement, and I have to thank them for bringing us here. Just these things to be handed over properly, and if any delays had been done, it was purposely that we make sure that 501 to conclude its work, burning down all huts, not allowing any renegades of LRA to come back to this place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Sudanese Chief of Military Intelligence Major General Sharif Mahajubu receives the location and the weaponry.
As protocol dictates, my simple job is to continue with the face of the mission that you have given me and the Army Commander of Uganda, that I officially as protocol requires, hand you over these items. And with that, I say, I've handed it over to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
That's all. 2, wa vijana yote na maofisa, nashukuru sana. Hii ndio appetite ya kwanza. Baada ya hii mnaenda kupanga kukwenda kwa ya pili ambayo sio mbali sana kutoka hapa. Ujumbe ya Army Commander ni kwamba nipatie nyinyi ujumbe yake, muda ya kusalamia mkono yenu karibu tafika. Lakini leo nijulisha nyinyi kwamba naomba nyinyi bahati namna mlifanya hii muondoke hapa mkwenda kwa kambi ya pili ambayo sio mbali ya hapa. Nataka kesho asubuhi au saa fulani kusikia kwamba mlifaulu kama vile iko. Kwa jina ya chama lazima tutafaulu. Kwa morali ya chama lazima tutafaulu. Morali wapi? Morali wapi? Ushindi ni ya nani?
Wake up! Mheshimiwa mkuu wa division, baraka gadi iliyoko mbele yako imejipanga kwa mistari miwili, wako 12 tayari kwa ukaguzi wako, mgeni wa heshima. Salam za mgeni wa heshima. Heshima! Stop! Kwa upande, wake up! Tulia! Mheshimiwa mgeni wa heshima, Baraka Gadi, huo ndio mwisho wa ukaguzi wa Baraka Gadi. Ninakuomba kuendelea na Baraka Gadi.
Hapo tuseme tuna control inakuwa mbaya kama hiyo fire ya RPG inakusaidia.
The OOC North, Brigadier Alonda Nyakairima, tells the Defense Press Unit that with the fall of Kony's camps of Rubangatek and that of Bini Road, the UPDF has entered the second phase of their campaign to finish off the LRA. Neither time or press will deter them from achieving their goal, he says.
When we got a go-ahead from the Sudanese government that they themselves had failed to dislodge this terrorist group, then we had no choice but to come and destroy them where they had based. So on this, we are given a go-ahead by Sudanese government. We had an agreement with them, and we came to flush them out from their bases at Rubangatek and Bilwot, and that brought the end of our phase 1 of crossing the border and occupy those camps. But it's partially completed in that the groups of LRA have fled. But otherwise, phase 1 of the operation is now completed, and therefore fighting started about 3 days ago. Before, what used to dent our morale was problems of water. But this time around, we had a solution for it. Every brigade had a water tank, and our intelligence also had already mastered this area. They knew where the water sources were, only that the enemy wanted to deny us access to that water, the water points, but later on we beat them off, and then we got water. So with water and with supplies, we had food, had medicine. I've just met the doctor, you were there. He has the drugs. We have the weapons. He has told you, the Air Defense Command and Field Aid, they have told you the pieces are absolutely intact. The arsenal is here, the bombs are around. There is no problem. For the first time as a commander, just as an officer of UPDF, this is for the first time I'm seeing an operation without mourning. People would be mourning communication. We are mourning supplies. The other time in Congo, the other time when we came in and say we are mourning water. But I think this time, knowing that we are far beyond our borders, I think we are in good shape to continue to go in our phase 2 of the operation, that is hunting down those fleeing groups and destroying them.
So all the conditions necessary for good troop morale, high troop morale are in position.
We have a few things which haven't yet come in place, like the uniforms. The Army Command has promised that it's a question of time that these uniforms will be delivered. But if we got our uniforms, then I don't see any other problem that would constrain our transitioning to orient on the phase 2 of the operation.
Yes, sir. Now, the taxpayer, who is our ultimate master, is interested, and also I think yourself as commander, you are interested in how long this campaign will take. Would you like to comment?
If we killed Kony today, we have no business keeping here. But as long as our people are still in those refugee camps in their own district, we are not going to go back. We are not going to call off this operation until LRA has been destroyed. If it takes us a week, we are out of here. A month, we are out of here. A year, we shall keep here until this menace is completely eliminated. For the taxpayer, the message is that the day we eliminate the menace of Kony, then that's when investments will be also improved in our country, because there will be no more scares, especially in the northern part of the country. So the taxpayers will have to bear with us if it takes a little longer. But it's the mission of UPDF to bring it to a shortest possible time conclusion. But if it takes longer, we are ready for it. If it comes to the end as soon as possible, then we have no business committing more resources of the taxpayers in this operation.
After the camps of Lubangatek and Binrot were captured, the UPDF operational headquarters has since shifted south towards the Uganda border, where the evasive Kony has escaped to, right into the Sudanese mountain ranges that straddle the border. The Army Commander is regularly at the front line, ensuring close supervision of combat activities. On the 4th of April, at Magui, southern Sudan, he gave on-the-spot guidance and thanked the commanders and troops involved in the operations.
Going to see and you can't get away. But I think we can get there because we have gone into more difficult terrain than before. So I think, as you are saying, Operation Commander, they have the old concept. Two brigades up and one brigade in this, because the big land without giving one 2 weeks rest. At least just to go and check his heels and then we smoke him out. But then we can do it, we do it the wrong way. I say capture north by north, then we take mortar there, we start pounding all those valleys, all those norths with mortars, day and night. Yeah, we'll do smoke them. Yes. You deliberate one, then you do another one, then you take hold of those nodes. You start using the mortars and other weapons especially the valleys and the north. They will definitely get out. Number 2 is to cut off all routes leading to food areas. Because that's more, I hear their villages, I don't know the area very well. Whatever food is there must be in the granaries, which will be very, very scarce. That's why I go to the people standard to channel his resources here in the road. IGPs. Either we go to the Kony or Somalia. Or here, the international community will to look after it. And this can only be done by the AWD people, the money, the squad, because the chiefs, those to remain there to be banned with Kony. Because of IGPs. That time we realized these people remain in their gardens and cultivating will survive long. And that is study. Because this is what we are telling them, OT, you can tell them that they can have quite experience. These people are just using a bit of experience. Maybe they were never they were more in the area development. So I think we are ready. Pushing all the Mr. But we have tried. We have tried. And we are just trying more and more. Cannot do that.
Even with all the equipment at its command and the high morale exhibited by the UPDF, the commanders know that the mission into the Sudan will not necessarily be a quick fix affair, as Brigadier Aronda explained.
He got himself located on a difficult terrain. Difficult in the sense that we had no capacity to walk there, but in the sense that we did not have the way of bringing closer our best weapons to destroy him. The tanks, heavy artillery, 155, 130, unlimited gun of air defense. We did not have a way of getting closer to him and destroy him. So the only advantage he had this time around was the terrain he chose, a rugged terrain with gullies, with mountains, with very difficult avenues of approach. But since the Sudanese surrendered, they stopped any support for him, then he was like, as Mao Zedong said, a guerrilla is like fish in water. You take it out, it can no longer survive. When the Sudanese said, we are no longer with you, then Kony was by himself, alone and isolated, and no wonder he has fled and is on the run.
What is this document or what? What is this? It is 509. That's the immigration. 148. 14.
Tunakwenda kwa nini? Pale unakuwa kama mnaongea kazi tunatoka kama
In the background, you are seeing troops of 503 Brigade, which is commanded by Commander Nelson Semwezi. These are highly motivated troops which are vowing to capture Kony alive or to get him killed. They say the only thing that can save Kony is surrender. Dear viewers, in the background you can see the tanks and the members, APCs that are supporting these troops. These troops have been here at Alu Junction. Alu Junction is some 30 miles south of the Sudanese town of Juba. This has been their concentration area prior to their moving out today on 28th of March 2002. We shall keep you posted about further developments as they surely are going to occur. Thank you, viewers. Once again, I'm Captain OK Rukogota, and with the camera is the Private Nkrumah David and Lieutenant Colonel Marisaba, who is also in the Defense Press Unit.